Good morning, class 3. Today in social studies, I'm going to explain you chapter 20 of your textbook, Humans Learn New Things. Children, you know that early humans had to keep moving from place to place in search of food. This made their life difficult. Life became easier for them once they began to grow their own food. Early humans found that they could eat the seeds of some plants. They began to gather these seeds for food. They noticed that new plants grew from seeds that fell on the ground. They started sowing seeds to grow plants for food. Humans thus changed from hunter gatherers to farmers. Now, for farming, humans needed new tools to help them in farming. They made the plow for digging a line in the soil for seeds, and they made the sickle for cutting crops. They also made better weapons for hunting and fishing too. After farming, humans learned to domesticate animals. This means they tamed animals to keep them as pets or for work, food, wool, etc. Animals like goats and cows gave them milk. Animals like goats and sheep, they gave them wool and meat. The skins of the animals were used for clothing and to cover huts. Some animals carried loads and did farm work, for example, oxen, camels, and donkeys. The dog was the first animal to be domesticated. After this, early man learned how to make pots, dishes, bowls, and so on using clay. The earliest pots were shaped by hands. They were dried in the sun. Later, people learned to bake pots in fire to make them harder and stronger. Pots were used for storing things like food, water, and milk. They were also used for cooking. Early humans saw that things like logs and round stones rolled easily, so they started moving heavy loads by placing them on logs. They also moved things on sledges. They found that it was easier to move a sledge placed on logs. By shortening these logs, humans made wooden wheels. Later, they learned to fix the wheels to the sledge. Learning to make the wheel was very important for humans. They made carts with wheels to carry loads. Then they learned to make animals pull the carts. People could now travel more easily on these carts. The early potters found that it was easier to shape clay into pottery on a turning wheel. When people started farming, they no longer needed to move from place to place in search of food. They started staying near the farmlands. Usually these were near rivers. The land near rivers is good for farming, and there is water for people and their crops and animals. People built simple houses. A number of families started living near each other in these houses. Together these houses formed a village. The people of the village grew crops, looked after their animals, and made their own tools and potteries. As time passed, people became better at growing food. Now each village had enough food to feed a large number of people. So more people started living in the same village. The villages grew bigger and some of them became cities. That's all, children, in this chapter. Thank you.